Hello everyone, this is Gorax, and today in DragonHeir Styling Gods video we will continue the Hero Spotlight series. If you remember, previously we covered Theodemir and Fengia, two very good ice heroes. We'll continue with it, but we'll focus on 5 other support heroes that are brilliant. As you know, currently the ice doesn't have that much healing power. We have Fengia and another hero that we'll cover today, Elecebre. Elecebre is an exclusive hero that doesn't have an exclusive artifact. What that means is she is not available in any of the standard banners. You can only get her from the normal summons, and the chance is low, similar to how Mithracy is. So how do we build her? If we look at her skill cat first, you'll notice that at the start of the battle, Elecebre's accuracy will be whatever accuracy she has, and if it's higher than her resistance, she will gain the same amount of resistance. As you can see, her resistances will be equal to that of her accuracy. So if there's a content that requires someone to soak some debuff, like you need a lot of resistance, building Elecebre with accuracy will benefit you quite significantly. On top of that, she will deal damage and inflict blind. This is why accuracy is important, and Elecebre is doing really good in PvP. When we look at her battle skill, it will grant a max 30% max HP shield to an ally. That's huge. 30% is a lot. Every 8 seconds, right? And also, this ally will gain 30% of hers resistance while the shield is on. Helps really significantly through PvE content, but is really good in PvP as well. And her ultimate is quite annoying. Her ultimate heals, well, gives us recovery over time, which is 1.5 max HP every second, grants defense increase too, which is a 60% increase on defense, and has a 50% chance to inflict charm, which forces the target to attack their allies. Very disruptive in PvP, but also has a 75% chance to reduce the ultimate energy by 50%. This can really slow down enemy team and basically wreak havoc in the PvP. The healing is not that great, but it's something. The main focus here is surviving with this shield. So how do we build her? As I said, there's not much healing, but if we want accuracy, we can put Rift Hourglass, which will reduce the cooldowns of all of her skills, speeding up the shield and speeding up this ultimate. That is amazing. We can also, in PvE, when we want to boost the damage of the enemies, we could put an artifact such as the horn, which I'm looking for here. Every time she heals, and she will be healing through this ultimate multiple times over the duration, she will apply this buff. That will grant us more damage. Now, if there are any other artifacts that you would highly suggest, please let me know in the comment section, as I don't own Elecebre, I don't play her that much, but I've seen her in action. So how do we build her? When it comes to PvP, as that's where you'll mostly use her, you want to have enough accuracy to apply enemy debuffs, basically control enemies with her. Accuracy will also grant you resistance, so you will not be vulnerable to enemy debuffs. You also want to have as much haste as possible, so your ultimate will proc before the enemy's ultimate. This is why I love Hourglass on her, as this will speed that up. So since she grants a shield and also has a healing, using a Moonlight Mantle is a good choice. We can go with accuracy, or we can really go defensive and build with HP, right? We can do both of that depending if you need this accuracy or not. And then we can build her with one of the defensive sets like Hope of Oasis or Ancestral Protection. Serial Whisper will not work on her, as the control skills that she applies are not debuffs, okay? So keep that in mind. So if you want to absorb the team's damage, Ancestral Protection set makes sense, as this will allow your tank to wear the Oasis set or something else. And again, you can go for HP. We build her tanky. She doesn't need Enlightenment. Her skills do not scale with Enlightenment, they scale with max HP. and basically the HP of the allies, right? So that's what we do. Again, defensive stats here either go for HP defense and look for skill haste. This is quite mandatory. You want skill haste. Again, you want her to cast this ultimate as often as, remember, this will reduce the enemy's energy, so that will delay them. And if you can delay them quite enough, they will never have a chance, okay? They will never have a chance if you have another hero that can support this idea. And that's how you build her. You can obviously change things around if you need extra healing. I don't think this will work that good, but you can go for something like Mona Lisa's Blessing that will, on top of this AoE small recovery, will also heal an ally with the lowest percentage. That works, and it's quite good. So yeah, I think this is the way I would build Elecebre if I had her. Still didn't get my hands on her. The other option is, if you don't really care about this and you want to have as much haste as possible, you will be looking for 2 sets that have a skill haste on them. So you'll be trying to build her with like Hope of Oasis, which will grant you 20% skill haste, and another set that can grant you skill haste, which could be something like Mona Lisa's Blessing, right? This will grant you an extra 40 skill haste from 2 sets. Then you get as much haste as possible here, plus the hourglass, so you'll be spamming this constantly. And again, this is such a good control defensive tool that can really change the outcome of the fight on the battlefield when it comes to PvE, but PvP, but also PvE, right? PvE is quite important. She can really help you early with early stages in the dungeons, especially thanks to her ultimate that can really reduce a lot of the energy. And clearing the stages, the campaign stages with Charmed and Blind early on is really helpful as well. Let me know in the comment section if you own Elecebre, as remember, she's an exclusive hero without an exclusive artifact.